The structure of a story involves the careful placement and positioning of many story elements, organized into 3 acts. Think of the structure as the skeleton of your story. We may all look different, but we all have the same skeleton underneath. And without a skeleton, your story cannot stand. Before we introduce these story elements, let's consider the basic 3-act structure all stories have in common. Every story has 3 acts: Act 1, Act 2, and Act 3, comprising the beginning, middle, and end of your story. Some modern writers find it useful to divide their stories up even further into 4 acts. However you decide to organize your story is up to you, but it's like a pie. No matter how many times you slice it, it's still the same pie. For purposes of simplicity, let's stick to the traditional 3-act structure that most people are familiar with. A typical feature-length film screenplay is about 100 to 110 pages. Longer than that tends to become too expensive for most independent studios to produce. Screenwriters are expected to use a 12-point Courier font, so that 1 page of script will approximately equal 1 minute of movie time. Most independent studios consider about 104 pages to be the perfect length of a feature-length film script. But be careful. This ratio, 1 page of script equaling 1 minute of movie, can be skewed by the amount of action in your story. It takes more minutes to film action than dialogue. Producers know this, so if your story is action-packed, you'd better aim for fewer pages in the overall length of your script. Let's talk about the 3 acts. The 3 acts are not equal in length. Act 1 should be approximately 25% of the script. Shortening Act 1 even further tends to improve the story by speeding it up. This gets us into Act 2, which audiences usually find more interesting. This accommodates the shorter attention span trending among modern audiences. Act 2 should be twice the length of Act 1, about 50% of the total length of the script. And the final, Act 3, is about 25%, the same as Act 1. Why is Act 2 twice the length of Act 1 and Act 3? Because Act 2 is when complications ensue and the protagonist is faced with a seemingly endless onslaught of obstacles to overcome. Act 2 is the meatiest part of the story.
Come on, you folks! Get going! Hurry up! Come on! What kept you?
So let's recap. Most films are divided into 3 acts. Act 2 is twice as long as Act 1 and Act 3. Aim for approximately 104 pages, typed in 12-point Courier font. And remember, action in script takes longer to film than dialogue, and thus you should make your script slightly shorter. If you found this lesson useful, please click the like button at the bottom of the screen. Click the subscribe button to be notified of future lessons. Click the link beneath this video under my name to get a printable tip sheet of this lesson. And please, leave a comment telling me how this video may have helped you become a better screenwriter. Good luck and happy screenwriting.